From the mud to the rise, yeah, we built it on the grind. Trench talk, real talk, leave the fake ones behind. We don't fold, we don't break, every move we define. It's the code from the trenches where the real ones align.
So, picture this. Joe Budden, the self-proclaimed podcast king, is sitting in his studio probably sipping on some overpriced kombucha, thinking he's untouchable. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, the man who once survived 9 bullets, is out here playing chess while Joe's playing checkers with no pieces. It all started when 50 Cent, the king of trolling, decided to post some AI-generated pics of Joe Budden. Now Joe, being Joe, didn't take too kindly to this. He hit 50 with the classic "stop messing with my money or I'm gonna sue you" line, and y'all, 50 Cent deleted the pics like he was scared. But nah, that was just the calm before the storm. Joe, feeling himself, decided to delete the video where he said 50 Cent needs therapy. Oh Joe, you sweet summer child. You thought you won, but 50 was just warming up. Fast forward to the strip club incident. Yes, the strip club. Apparently 50 Cent had the drop on Joe, whatever that means, and made him leave the club. Imagine being Joe Budden mid-lap dance and getting a text from 50 Cent like, "You better bounce before I post these AI pics of you crying in the corner." Joe probably left so fast he forgot to tip the dancer, but now, oh now it's war. 50 Cent has officially gone full Thanos and dug up the Joe Budden podcast archives. You know, the ones where Joe was saying all kinds of wild stuff, some jokes, some truthful, and some just plain yikes. 50 Cent is out here like, I'm about to end this man's whole career, and honestly he might. Joe Budden is probably sweating harder than a sinner in church right now. He thought he was safe in his podcast throne, but 50 Cent is out here with the receipts, ready to expose Joe for all the crazy stuff he said over the years. And let's be real, Joe's podcast is like a verbal minefield. You never know when he's going to say something that'll come back to haunt him. And remember that time Joe Budden decided to share his unique approach to pet care? Yeah, apparently Joe thought it was a good idea to talk about how he plays with his dog's privates to make them feel good. I'm sorry, what? Joe, my guy, that's not how you bond with your pet. That's how you get put on a watch list. Of course, the internet went ballistic. People were like, Joe, are you out here giving your dog the full spa experience or what? The backlash was so bad that Joe had to hop on Instagram Live to clear things up. And by clear things up, I mean he spent 20 minutes yelling at the camera like a man who just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, or in this case, the dog bowl. Joe is like, I love dogs. I'm not intimate with dogs. This is craziness. Meanwhile, his dead dogs, Brooklyn and Harlem, are probably spinning in their graves like, bro, why did you have to tell the world about your weird bonding techniques? But wait, it gets better. Enter 50 Cent, the man who never sleeps and lives for chaos. 50 found this clip, and y'all, he didn't just post it. He dragged Joe to the depths of hell. His caption was something like, "Wait a minute, Joe, you need therapy. You touch your pets, you masturbate so much you need travel lube, and you sleepwalk naked outside your house. You should register as a sex offender." Dead. 50 Cent didn't just come for Joe's career, he came for his soul. Calling someone a grape offender is basically saying, I hope you get canceled so hard they erase you from the internet. And let's be real, 50 Cent is out here waking up at 6 a.m. like, time to ruin Joe Budden's day, scrolling through old clips like a Netflix binge. That's not just dedication, that's malicious. And all of this started because Joe had the audacity to say 50 Cent needs therapy. Oh Joe, you played yourself, you poked the bear, and now the bear is out here with a flamethrower ready to burn your whole career to the ground. Here's the deal, Joe Budden has said and done some wild stuff in the past, like real wild, the kind of stuff that makes you go, Joe, did you really just say that out loud? And sure, he's faced backlash before, but it always blew over. Why? Because the internet has the attention span of a goldfish. One day everyone's mad at Joe, and the next they're distracted by a cat wearing a hat. But now, now it's different because 50 Cent, the man who invented chaos, has decided to make it his personal mission to dig up every single piece of dirt on Joe Budden. And let me tell you, 50's not just digging, he's using a backhoe. He's out here with a magnifying glass scrolling through Joe's past like he's trying to find Waldo, and he's posting it all on his massive platform, which is like throwing gasoline on a fire. This is bad for business, y'all. Joe's podcast is trying to reach new heights, get sponsorships, and attract big partners, but how's that gonna happen when 50 Cent is out here reminding everyone that Joe once said he plays with his dog's privates? Sponsors are probably like, yeah, we're good, we don't need that kind of energy on our brand. Now some people are saying, 50, bro, this is harassment, move on, my guy. And yeah, I get it, 50's whole thing is trolling people on social media, but this is next level. He's been at it for days, weeks, and at this rate he might still be dragging Joe in 2025. Meanwhile, Joe's over here trying to be respectful, not engaging, and just minding his business. But 50, nah, he's like a dog with a bone, except he's not playing with it like Joe does. And let's talk about the grape offender comment. That's heavy, y'all. You can't just accuse someone of something like that with zero proof. That's not just trolling, that's dangerous. But 50 doesn't care. He's out here dropping bombs like it's a video game, and Joe's just trying to dodge the shrapnel. At this point, someone needs to step in and mediate. These two clearly had some communication before, but now it's like a bad breakup where one person won't stop texting. 50, my guy, it's time to let it go. You've made your point, you've humiliated Joe, you've scared off his sponsors. What more do you want? A Grammy for best troll? So there you have it. Joe Budden's career is hanging by a thread. 50 Cent is the internet's favorite villain, and the rest of us are just here for the show. Will Joe survive this? Will 50 ever run out of old clips to post? Will Joe's dog ever recover from the trauma? In other news, Joe Budden thought he was just gonna have a chill night at the club, right? Wrong. As soon as he steps out of his car, Freddie Gibbs is out here fat shaming him like it's a national sport. And let's be real, Joe's physique has been the talk of the town ever since that infamous basketball game. Oh, you didn't hear about the Joe Budden Podcast basketball extravaganza? Let me fill you in. Last week, Joe, Ish, Amani, and Mark Lamont Hill finally laced up their sneakers and hit the court after weeks of trash talk. And let me tell you, the game went exactly how you'd expect. Air balls, terrible shots, and at one point Ish injured himself driving to the basket. It was like watching a middle school gym class, except with more ego. But the real star of the show, Joe's gut. Someone snapped a still shot of Joe mid-game with his stomach hanging out like it was trying to escape his jersey. And ever since then, the internet has been roasting him harder than a Thanksgiving turkey. And enter Freddie Gibbs, Joe's supposed homie who decided to join the fat shaming party. Gibbs took to Instagram and went in on Joe. He said like, Joe Budden, you fat as hell. You sat down, you need to lose the weight, man. You got titties, bro. Stop smoking cigarettes. And then, like the messy king he is, Gibbs added, I don't want to talk about bodies, but Joe, you fat as hell. I love you, but you fat. Gibbs even threw in some shade about Joe being an industry punk who doesn't text him back. Honestly, this is the kind of chaotic energy we live for. Now Joe, being the sensitive soul he is, caught wind of all the bullying and decided to clap back. He said, y'all aren't kind people, check back in April, it's go time. Oh, Joe's on a fitness journey now? Good for him. But let's be real, Joe's eating habits are wild. The man used to eat a full plate of steak, eggs, and grits just for breakfast. Joe, my guy, you have way too much money not to have a personal trainer and a chef. Get it together, bro. As for the basketball game, maybe Joe and the crew should stick to something less physical. How about spades, chess, darts, or even esports? Because watching them play basketball was like watching a car crash in slow motion. Painful but impossible to look away. And let's not forget how we got here. Joe recently threw some shade at Freddie Gibbs when Gibbs tried to go at J. Cole. Joe basically said Gibbs isn't in the same weight class as Cole, and Gibbs didn't take too kindly to that. So this fat shaming spree, yeah, it's personal. Gibbs even went on an Instagram rant, posting black screens with captions like J. Cole dropped clouds and Joe Budden fat as hell. The internet is eating this up like it's Joe's breakfast plate. So there you have it. Joe Budden is out here getting roasted by everybody. 50 Cent, Freddie Gibbs, the internet, and even his own stomach. Will Joe actually get in shape by April? Will Freddie Gibbs ever stop clowning him? Will Joe's gut ever forgive him? Stay tuned, folks. This is the kind of drama you can't make up.